morning. We have the last of Barry swirling over the Ozarks this morning. The last of its circulation centered right there. It's bringing us some clouds and some mist out there this morning. We're missing out on some of that heavy rain that's well south into Arkansas, but we do have some of that mist. Visibility is low at times this morning, so make sure you take it easy on the roads. Otherwise, it's warm. 71 in Springfield, 72 at Fort Leonard, and 68 degrees in Branson. We'll have temperatures be a little bit warmer today with more breaks in the clouds in Springfield as those showers exit from west to east. So areas to the east will be a little bit cooler today, 86 degrees in Springfield. You can see we keep the lower 80s to the east with more clouds and showers later on today. Clear, much clearer and much hotter over to the west. Everyone's clear from Barry by this evening, clear on the overnight tonight, and then tomorrow hot. Mostly sunny and low to middle 90s will feel like 100 to 105. It's the first day of extreme heat of a couple of days. So an excessive heat watch is in effect along and north and west of I-44, where middle 90s will feel like 100 to 108 daily. You can see that heat index forecast keeps us in this danger zone for heat Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with multiple days of extreme heat. We'll have sunshine through that stretch and things dry, just very hot and humid. Remember, in this heat, check on the kids, elderly, and pets, and that hot cars are deadly. Joe, Lauren.
We have some breaking news that we're tracking this morning. A person was taken to the hospital after his car crashed into a home and flipped onto its side. At about 5:30 this morning, that car took authorities on a chase through Springfield that ended in the 900 block of North National. The car drove through a yard and then crashed into the home. A passenger was temporarily trapped in the vehicle after that crash. Still no word on who was taken to the hospital or the severity of those injuries, but it's a story we're keeping our eye on. We'll continue to update you as we get more information.
In your political news, last week, Governor Mike Parson signed several pieces of legislation into law, including improvements to the Amber Alert system, protecting roadside workers, and criminal justice reform.
This governor has also just passed his one-year mark in office, and Governor Parson looked back at those last 12 months. Hannah Zettel joins us now for an update with those details.
Well, good morning, Lauren and Joe. I went to the governor's farm in Bolivar where he recapped his first year in office. He says it was a year full of both challenges and victories, citing that highs outweigh the lows. It's been 13 months since Mike Parson was sworn in as the 57th governor of Missouri. In that time, Parson has signed 9 executive orders, made 185 appointments, and worked to change criminal justice reform and workforce development. Keeping a focus on people first, the governor believes he's been successful in that goal and will continue moving into his second year. Parson was lieutenant governor but got the top job when former governor Eric Greitens stepped aside. Parson says he relies on faith and the support of Missourians when reflecting on previous accomplishments.
To really get the opportunity to reform government, to do the the appropriations process for the first time in over a decade, we actually left money in the bank. We didn't spend it all. We got people coming off the Medicaid rolls now for the first time ever. You know, unemployment rate's down.
Later this week, you can hear more from Governor Parson regarding how he dealt with tragedy after the duck boat incident last year. Taken by storm, Lessons from Table Rock airs this Friday at 6 right here on Color 10.
Hannah Zettel reporting for you this morning. In more local news, military training can benefit veterans in civilian jobs, but learning how can sometimes be challenging. So the Missouri Job Center is sharing career and employment advice with veterans today by hosting a free workshop between 9 a.m. and noon happening at the East Sunshine Job Center location. The workshop will provide info on the use of social media, networking, resume building, and more.
And Price Cutter is looking to fill several management positions. You can apply today during a job fair as well. That's between 9 and 1 at the Job Center on East Sunshine. The open positions include store directors, managers, and department managers. Be sure to bring your resume and show up ready to go for an interview.
Tonight in Springfield, kids have a chance to see some of those larger-than-life vehicles at the 6th annual Big Rig Night at the Battlefield Mall. Fire trucks, construction vehicles, and more on display to check out. Things get moving at 5:30. That'll be at the Battlefield Mall's north parking lot. Moving to some medical coverage now for you. A new study finds if you make 5 lifestyle changes, you can lower your chances of getting Alzheimer's by 60%. This is coming from the Alzheimer's Association's International Conference in Los Angeles. They are, of course, to have a healthy diet and exercise regularly while not smoking or drinking too much alcohol. Activities like puzzles actually stimulate your mind as well, and it can help lower those chances. The study included 2,300 people who did 4 or 5 of these suggested changes. Dr. Curtis Schreiber says that this is a groundbreaking study that will validate doctors' suggestions from now on.
So this finding is very interesting now to have scientific information. A lot of these ideas have been out there. A lot of us that are involved in the field of memory or Alzheimer's disease have been making these recommendations to our patients for quite some time without scientific proof. This is the first big study, large study, that shows that people can reduce their risk of developing Alzheimer's disease by following those 5 basic principles.
Dr. Schreiber also says if you're in your 20s and 30s, you can start on these principles right now because the earlier you start, the greater the effect they'll have.
Moving to education news, baseball and softball teams at Central High School could soon have their own field to play on. The Springfield School Board will discuss the project at today's meeting. The field could cost around $1.5 million to build. The board could also vote today on the transfer of the Teft School to Greene County. The school would be turned into a new location for the Family Justice Center, and according to the agenda, the board would sell the school to the county for just $10.
Happening around the region, today in Missouri will be the funeral for a 7-year-old boy who was killed when a pickup truck hit the horse-drawn buggy that he was riding in.
Very limited seating in a small building. Their church was built for a community of maybe 24 families.
You just heard from Harold Gallagher, the presiding commissioner in the county where this crash happened. It's near Farmington, Missouri, about an hour south of St. Louis. Mervyn Shirk was killed and 4 of his family members were hurt when a pickup truck hit the family's buggy late last week. Police are still investigating the crash. So far, the 16-year-old driver of the pickup truck has not been charged.
Well, with temperatures increasing around the Ozarks this week, each summer, Fayetteville Fire Chief Willie Blott says he sees people who have called in with heat exhaustion. So he's sharing how you can be prepared while out and about this summer.
A lot of heat-related emergencies that we respond to are just simply folks that have overexhausted themselves. We urge you to take yourself inside, cool off, get something cool to drink, hydrate yourself well.
If you need a place to cool off, you can find information about cooling centers on your phone using our Colorton News app or on your computer at ozarksfirst.com. Let's also take a look at what's coming up this morning on CBS.
Hello to you, I'm Gail King. Coming right up as we celebrate 50 years since NASA's Apollo 11 mission, we'll take a look at plans to take humans back to the moon. That's coming right up on CBS this morning.
That's also a big trend right now, the 50th anniversary there. Tony DeCopa will be anchoring live from the site down there. So it'll be something interesting to see.
Continued coverage all morning that you can find on CBS.
And I think Nora is there tonight, too, right, at the Kennedy Space Center.
That's right. So lots happening on Color 10 regarding the Apollo 11 anniversary.
One other trend that we're following is some heavy destructive rains, monsoons in India and Asia. Over there, we know of at least 180 people who have died. Them and their homes have been swept away from this massive rain. And what I've read so far is that they depend on this heavy rain for their irrigation, for their crops, because the summers are so hot. But it's very unfortunate that it's been so destructive and deadly for that region.
Too much of even a good thing is not good.
Right.
Yeah, and they do see that come in swings, and they depend on it very much so there.
And today we're seeing the very last remnants of Barry here.
The last bit of it, exiting to the east today. So some showers to start, and then we'll be in a drying and warming trend today. 86 degrees. Then the heat is on. Excessive heat watches are in effect Wednesday through Saturday for highs in the middle 90s, feeling like 100 to 108. So cool, hydrated, lots of water.
Make sure to stay hydrated this week, everyone, all right? Thank you for starting your morning with us here on Daybreak. We have more news updates for you coming soon, and always find us on ozarksfirst.com.